Hey, what's up, card fighters? BOTCG here, and let me tell you, this match right here is going to be a treat for you guys. So, for those of you that don't know, we recently got Lyrical's Halloween set. I know we didn't get it at Halloween time, very cringe, but we recently got their Halloween set, and this is one of the new decks that came out of there. It's like LèVre Slay or I just call the deck Lovers. It's like some type of French archetype, and I thought the deck was really cool. Like I'm gonna be mainly going over what the LèVre Slay cards do, but I'm gonna be going over my plays too. But just because like I'm gonna be going a little bit more in depth to explain, because man, it was a learning curve for me, man. I was like picking up and reading all the cards like 2 or 3 times, man. But I thought the deck was really cool, really cool. So I believe I win the dice roll here and do decide to go first. Draw for turn. Pitch one of my set orders here, produce a plant token, and pass. Pitches a perfect guard here, draws a card for turn. And then he's boosting with the grade 1. That's when it boosts on hit, search the deck for a order card, any order card. He's going to add the set order PG here. That's why he didn't feel too bad about discarding the perfect guard. So we're going to ride up, produce 2 tokens here. And we're just going to swing. And we're going to swing for 10. He guards it, get a raid Lena here, and pass. So this is where the LèVre Slay archetype is going to start doing things. He's going to discard, and then the grade 1, when you ride the grade 2 LèVre Slay on top of it, it's going to call itself out from soul. So he calls it behind the Vanguard, and then he soul charges 1. And then at the end of the turn, it goes back into soul, but it has an ability that after it boosts, if the Vanguard was a certain power threshold, I believe the power threshold is 23 or 25, then he gets to put it and another rearguard to soul to draw a card. So he's going to swing us for 10 here. We take it, and then he's going to swing at us for 18. We take it. It's a heal trigger here, so we're only going to be going to 3. But now since his Vanguard's power is 28, he can put those 2 cards to soul and draw a card here. Riding up. So I'm going to sack a token here, grabbing our raid Lena for our set order. We pitch the elf boosters here generally when we already have our pieces and we don't need to use them to help dig for pieces. Calling raid Lena here, producing my Momoke token. We're just going to go for a sack 1 here. Then we're going to activate Vanguard skill here. Swing for 23. We get a heal trigger here. Give the power to the Momoke token. And then second check, we get a critical trigger. We're going to give critical to Vanguard and power to the Momoke token. Gets a heal, which does resolve here, so he's going to go back down to 2. That column can't hit, so we're just going to swing with the Momoke token here for 30, I believe. Yeah, because it only got 5. No, this should actually be 35, because of the 5k buff to the back row. Yeah, because that was 35-40. Then we're going to swing here, he takes it, and then we just pass turn. So the grade 2, I believe he has to have a certain amount of LèVre Slays in soul to be able to ride up for free, but the grade 2 lets him ride up for free here. Or a certain amount of soul, I'm not sure. Call the grade 1 LèVre Slay here. What it's going to do is he's going to counterblast 1 and search his deck for a grade 2 or lower LèVre Slay card and just add it to hand. And then I believe he can tap it to put a card from drop zone to soul and give his Vanguard 5k. which the LèVre Slay deck cares about its Vanguard's power, because what the Vanguard's ability does, it's a CB1, and you choose 3 rear guards, and it copies the power of the Vanguard's power on attack. And then I believe you can attack from the back row, and that back row unit can perform a drive checks. Which the grade 2 that he just used right now, if his Vanguard's a certain power threshold, he draws a card and then gives it additional power. Then he's going to call this grade 1 3k. It's an older card, but it gives 10k to a unit. He's going to choose his Vanguard here. Then he's going to use his Vanguard skill here, which can pull 2 grade 1 or less LèVre Slay cards from the soul to rear guard. He's going to swing, and he's going to choose a front row unit, his 2 standing back row units to copy his Vanguard's power, which I believe right now is 33. And the one behind the Vanguard is going to be able to perform a drive check. And also its skill is going to proc now, which he's going to have to mandatory soul charge and counter charge before he drive checks. And I believe we just take the Vanguard swing here. First check, nothing. Second check, critical trigger. So he's going to give crit to Vanguard and power to the back row. Power to my Vanguard. So he's going to swing for 33-43 here. Which we just opt to perfect guard this. Gets a draw trigger, gives power to the front row unit. So I believe now that is also 43. So that's going to put us matching. Yeah, this is matching. We need 5k more. We ultimately just decide to take it. Just because, like, the numbers are, like, basically the same. And that puts us to 53. Ride, produce 2 sack tokens here. Draw a card, Persona Ride. Activate our set here. Pop one of the sack tokens. Grab a grade 3 Raid Lena here. Which I believe this is a mistake. I think I should have grabbed the grade 2 because I already have access to a grade 3 Raid Lena in my hand. Now we draw a card for the sack token. Then we're going to CB1, produce a Momoke token. Sack 2 here, give it 10, and then we're going to draw 1 for the sack token. And we're going to play our Popular Girl, make 2 tokens here. Swinging here, give 5k to my Vanguard, then 5k to the Momoke token. And Vanguard's critical. Uses Perfect Guard here, makes sense, makes sense. We get a Perfect Guard and we get our grade 3. Seeing which one was weaker here. Our token was the weakest, so we're going to go ahead and swing with it here. Guards it for 30. Then we're going to swing 14, 24, 34. He takes it. Then we're going to swing here. Plus 30, 50 at the Vanguard. He takes it. Sack him. It's going to be a plus 30 here. It's going to swing 43 at the Vanguard, and he guards it. And we pass turn here. Persona Rides here. Draws a card. Taps her. Soul charges 1 from the drop zone. Gives the Vanguard 5k. Calls out another one. CB1. Search for a grade 2 or lower LèVre Slay card. add it to hand. Just gonna tap it, put another card to Soul here, give another 5 to the Vanguard. Calls out the grade 2 Level Slate card that lets him draw a card if his Vanguard's 23, I believe, or greater. Then gives the Vanguard another 5k. Calls out this grade 3 Level Slate card that lets him put itself and another rear guard to Soul to draw a card. And then gives a Vanguard another 5k. Calls out another copy of it, put 2 cards to Soul, another 5k, draws a card. Gonna CB1 for his Vanguard skill here, call out 2 grade 1 or lower Level Slate cards. So his Vanguard's power here is a 53, and he's gonna make 3 rear guards a 53 as well. So he's gonna choose his 2 front rows and then the back row unit that can attack. He's going to Soul Charge 1 and Counter Charge 1 here. We just take it because we have to take 1. He gives critical to Vanguard here, and then that's it. That's the end of game 1, man. Oh man, this deck, it's not bad, man. It's really, I think it's really consistent at what it does. I do think it could be weak to board removal. I'm sure like there's a way to play around it, but yeah, it seems like a really strong deck to me and super consistent. Oh, and to be able to perform the drive checks, he has to go first. Or no. My Vanguard has to be grade 3 or greater, which I didn't know that until game 3, where I decided to go second because or no, he decided to go first in game 3. So we decided to go first here again. Pitch of mushrooms, produce a plant token, and pass. Pitches a critical trigger here, draws for going second. And just swings for 8 here. Gets a critical trigger, we get a draw trigger. Debating what I want to pitch here. Pitch a 15. Produce 2 plants. Call Raidlina, produce another plant. Alright, so we're going for the gas play here. So what that elf grade 1 does is that when I boost with it, I could sack 2 other grade 1 or lower rear guards to draw a card and give it 10k. Going for the gas play here. Swing for 15 here. Then we're going to swing for 25 here. Takes it, and then we're going to swing for 23, sack our 2 tokens, draw a card. So I felt really good about this play. Like, this is my ideal reasoning for playing that grade 1 in situations like this. Pitches to ride up to the 2, pulls out the 1 and soul charges here. Which, that the way this deck plays, man, you would think this is a Dark States deck, like low-key. He's gonna CB1 here and search for a grade 2 or lower Level Slate card. And then I think I was asking him here if that was like grade 3 restricted or not, which it wasn't. It's not even, like, I could be saying this name wrong and like pissing off like some lyrical players, but it's not restricted to the archetype name Vanguard either. And then he was asking me if it was okay if he could just call that somewhere else instead. And I told him, yeah, it's fine. It's just local. So I just let him take back the play. He swings at my rear guard for 10. We take it. And then he's going to swing at my other rear guard for 16. And I think we just take that as well. I knew that this was possible for him to do this kind of like a denial play if I did if I did do that play in my grade 2 turn, but it was fine. Like, I was completely fine with this trade. Pitching a draw trigger here to ride up to 3. Soul Blast 1. I make 3 plant tokens here. Debating where I want to put the third. I think I have the order in my hand, but I choose to hold it. I think that's what I do. Oh no, I don't hold it. CB1 here. What are we pitching? Pitching that one. Grabbing the grade 3 here. I think we just call her. Yeah, we just call her here. And then I was just trying to go for power instead of just trying to go for the draws. So he's going to 2 to pass me here. Swing for 18 here. Takes it. Goes back down to 2. And then we're going to swing for 23 here. Yeah, I was just trying to go for magic numbers here instead of just trying to go for the draws. Because I could have went for the draw and, like, Texas hold, like, even the... Oh, no, I didn't want to Texas hold the order because I had another one in my hand ready to fire off next turn. So I definitely had to play that. Just going to ride up here. Ride up for free, I might add. Soul charges 1, give the Vanguard 5k. Put those 2 to soul, draw a card, give another Vanguard another 5k. Sitting at 23 here. Calls a grade 2. He's going to get a fresh draw here and then another 5k to the Vanguard. Calls out another grade 2 behind the Vanguard. Activate the Vanguard skill here. Call out 2 grade 1 or lower archetype cards. Give another 5. Vanguard's currently 33. He's going to copy 3. So now that back row unit's 33, the back row booster's 33, and the front row grade 0 is 33 as well. Gonna soul charge 1 and counter charge here. We take the Vanguard swing. Crit to Vanguard, power to the back row attacker. And then he's just gonna give power to the front row here. So we do take 2. Heal, go back down. So we're at 3. Swinging here, we just take it. Believe that's 43, and then the other column is also 43. And I think with the way my hand was compositioned, I just had to take 1 regardless. Or it just made sense for me to take 1. Gonna ride up here, create 2 sack tokens, draw 1. And then draw 1 and Persona Ride, and then produce our Momoke token since our Raid Lina stayed on the battlefield. CB1 here, we destroy our Raid Lina here, get a grade 2 Raid Lina, and I thought that this was a misplay because I already had a grade 2 Raid Lina in hand, and I was like, damn, I should have grabbed another grade 3 for to have it as a better attacker, but it actually wasn't a misplay at all. Sack 2 of our sack tokens, draw 2 cards. Call the grade 2 Raylina here. Mushrooms, make 2 more tokens. And then call out another grade 2 Raylina here. So what I didn't know was that its second effect that's on attack, Soul Blast 1, and give it increase its power by a token unit in the same column as it. I didn't know that it didn't have to be Momoke to be able to do that. So actually, like, these numbers are huge. We swing with a crit here. He takes the crit. We're going to give the power to the Momoke token. Crit to Vanguard. So this is 3 damage. Heal, but no heal since we're at 4. Or we're at 8. We're 8. We're at 5, so he couldn't heal. So we're going to swing here. This Momoke token is 45, I believe. Guards for 48. And then we're going to swing here. This was 35 originally, then plus 15. So this is 50, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Takes that last one. Then it's basically plus 45. And that's it. We got game 2. And then I believe there was like a minute or so left on the clock going into game 3. My opponent just didn't realize that there was just so little time left. So he chooses to go first here. Just because of like... I think my deck has the best advantage going first, even though his deck is completely turned on going second. But he does like... And this is also like... He doesn't have the best experience with this deck because his deck literally just came out, even though he's been playing it very well. So he literally told me, let me try going first and see what happens. Because, you know, it's locals, man. You know what I mean? It's not like a giant high-level tournament. So he is going to go first here. And I do believe I put a dice as an indicator of when we do get into time here. Turn and draw our cards here, and then just because of the timer, I knew time was coming, I was just trying to like hard mulligan into a really aggressive hand that just didn't have no grade 3s in it. Like I was fine with drawing shield cards, but I was trying to get rid of my grade 3s. So he's gonna go ahead and go first here, drawing, discards the 3 here, rides up. I'm going to pitch our grade 3 Raidlina here, draw a card for going second, make a token, put our mushrooms to soul here, swing for 10, he takes it, and then swing for 13, he takes it, we get a crit here, putting him to 3. He rides up here, calls out the grade 1, soul charges 1. He's going to CB1 here, look for a grade 2 or lower archetype card. Again, he just asked me if he could move it. It's local, so I just told him it's whatever. It's going to swing for 16 here at my Vanguard, which that on hit can just get him a PG for free. So I decided to, I can't let this hit, so I go ahead and just guard it for 35 here. Or no, 30. I guard for 30. Because I know I couldn't let that hit. He's going to swing for 8 here. The other column's 18. I believe I take it. Or no, I was debating not taking it because I possibly needed a CB for my next turn. But I was like, he's at 3, I'm at 0. Time got called. I have the dice indicator right there. He was turn 0, so I'm turn 1. Pitch our grade 3 here. Make 2 more tokens. And we just pitch. We just ride up and swing for 10 here. He guards for 1. And he was just putting his grade 1 back in soul per its effect. Swing for 10 here. He guards it, and then swing for 10 again. He guards it, and we have like a 15. We have a 15, 10k shield in hand, and a perfect guard. We're at 0. Like, next turn, like, this is his last turn. Next turn is our last turn. So even if he does damage us to 4 here, or 3, to whereas we can't just pass turn, it isn't over for us. But obviously, like, I was just trying to play this game to where it's like I can be at as low damage as possible to put me in the best position to just win. And then I was just like rereading this card's effects here, like seeing what restrictions he was under, and then I believe he told me that he couldn't he could still attack from the back row, but he wouldn't be able to get the drive check. Yeah, I was just rereading all his cards here. So his Vanguard's up to 23 now. I'm gonna go up to 28 here and get a fresh draw. And then he's gonna activate the Vanguard's effect here, push it up to 33. Swings for 33 here. Soul charges 1 and counter charges 1. So those 3 units have the Vanguard's copy power of 33. He gets a crit to Vanguard, power to the lower column. Swing for 43 here, which you were able to guard for 45. And then the last column is 66, and we were able to just perfect guard it. And then we stand here and we just pass turn because time. You know, this is what I don't like about time, is because like it makes you play. You know, I know it's a part of the game, and you know, especially when you're not like following like per Bushiroad tournament rules of best of 1 format, because you know it's locals, man. Nobody likes best of 1 format. Like I understand if I'm competing in Bushiroad events, I have to follow that, but you know, I don't consider locals Bushiroad events, and like events that I've gone to that are hosted outside of Bushiroad, not sponsored by Bushiroad, they're all best of 3 events. And getting into time never feels good, man. That's why I always try to play as fast as I can, because, you know, to prevent situations like this from happening. But anyways, guys, a little bit of a sour note, but don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe here. We are reaching that 1K very soon, rapidly even. And we're doing a giant playmat giveaway of our channel banner, so go ahead and check that out when you do have a chance, and for our loyal subscribers. But anyways, guys, I've talked on long enough. Y'all have a great night. Later.